Good afternoon. Welcome to the Diablo 3 podcast. We are online at diabloii.net, and I'm your host, Flux, and joined on the show by our seemingly usual new season guests. We have Nerdwords.
Hello.
And El Mugzito.
Greetings.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. I just made that up. I'm pretty clever that way. So the season 6 started 48 hours ago? Less than that. Like 50 hours ago.
Yeah, a little bit over that.
It is Sunday evening, and we're going to talk about season rush stuff going on so far with season 6, and new conquests, and new fun things, and things that are maybe not so fun. And Nerdwords broke out a barbarian or a crusader this season, I'm pretty sure, so totally new stories from him. Not wizard for life, boy.
Feel like that? Whiz for life, boy.
And it's spelled like L-Y-F-E, right? That makes it cooler?
Yeah, L-Y-F-E and then boy, B-O-I.
Yeah.
Couldn't it be L-Y-F-3? Would that be even better?
That actually would have been. Damn it.
Yeah, you got to do it in lead speak.
Life 3, like your name itself?
Exactly.
Okay, so season 6 started up, guy. We're going to cover, obviously, new season 6 stuff and some rush stories and stuff. So you guys got on the podcast, and there was immediate profanity and anger because Muggs is like 4 Paragon levels above you now, Nerdwords, and you thought you were like going to be the man?
Yeah, no, I was...
What's your Paragon right now, Nerdwords?
I hit 5... I'm playing currently, I guess I could just look 508.
And why is he a filthy casual, Muggs?
Because I went super casual this weekend, and I'm 602.
Yeah.
And you're playing a class you don't even know how to play, right?
Yeah, no, I've never played a Demon Hunter before. I mean, since vanilla, and so yeah, I'm playing a Demon Hunter.
You've joined the master race at last.
Yeah.
Were you tired of being able to get into parties and multiplayer grifts, or what?
Well, I
want to play solo all season.
Yeah, I mean, it's solo for life or Wizards for life. But actually, there is a Z Demon Hunter this season that is supposed to be making the round, so I'm going to give that a try too. I haven't tried it yet.
Man, we got a group.
That is a sign of all that is wrong with the universe.
Yeah.
Demon Hunters should not be control classes. I mean, I just refuse.
Well,
to
they don't really
exist.
do anything but buff. Like they just buff everything. Like they just make damage happen. Like they don't actually control the mobs.
Yeah.
Like they just put stuff on the mobs so you do more damage, basically.
Yeah.
And that's still unacceptable, frankly. Yeah. It's supposed to be the range class, and we do DPS. That's all I want to hear about.
Now you do 0 DPS from range.
Well, I do 0 DPS when I'm not playing any this season,
like
so yes.
They do 0 DPS from range like the rest of the classes.
Yes, now we're all equal. No one has any range damage at all.
Now it's even.
Oh, good. Mission accomplished. Jay Wilson can finally sleep in peace. He's ruined all the classes now. He's been gone for like 5 years, right? Never mind. So apparently so was everybody else, but that was the last podcast.
Violent
right?
flashbacks.
So you guys obviously jumped on pretty early Friday evening, 5 p.m. on West Coast time. On your lesser East Coast time, you were later, but you jumped on and played all night. How long to 70 this time? Any new strategies or starting up stuff?
I mean, honestly, to 70 felt like pretty much exactly the same. For me, it was slower because for some reason nobody in my group could roll a level reduced weapon at in the 40s, so we just had to trudge through and hope that we would get it, and we never got a level reduced. We got one level reduced weapon at 61, so it took us just shy of 4 hours, maybe 3 and change.
Yeah, we were
usually right at 42. You just hit the blacksmith, and it's like somebody will get a 60.
Yeah, that's but none of us did. And there was 4 of us, and we had been saving our mats the entire time. I think each one of us made some 18 or 20 by then weapons, and none of us got one. So it was a little bit slower.
So you just played a 4-player party, and what did you do? Grifts or quests, or what did you do?
Yeah, we did the normal kill a boss on Master for the first thing, kill a bounty boss on Master for the first thing, and then go do Halls of Agony 3, and then jump to Rifts, and then that was it. Then Rift the whole way.
So what was your path there, Nerdwords?
We just rifted. We did that last season, where we did the, kind of more targeted, but we had kind of some last-minute stuff fall through, and a lot of my group wasn't on, so it ended up being just me and one other guy, and we just jumped in pub games. And then actually Dreadscythe jumped in with us for a while, too. So it was kind of just, jumping in and out with public games and having people go, but we cleared it in, 4 hours, 5 minutes. It was pretty spot on. I mean, it wasn't much different than last season, so... and then after that, just straight to getting our season's journey done so that we could get the 6-piece and then straight to farming.
I was looking at the notes for the podcast we did for the first weekend of Season 5 and basically just cribbing the content so we could ask the same kind of topics because obviously it's kind of a similar thing. And one of the big notes early on in that one was we were debating if you could do it as fast solo because you can get massacre bonuses now solo but not in multiplayer games.
Yeah.
And I was just LOL. That was a serious topic of conversation 3 months and a day ago or whatever.
Not
so much, right?
Yeah, not so much.
No.
That was when massacre bonuses were like a brand new thing, and destruction bonuses and all that new shit. We're like, ooh, maybe this will be almost as good as multiplayer. It's like, no.
Yeah,
not so much.
I mean, it is better. I will
boring.
say it's still a little better, but it's more fun to play with friends. I mean, especially at the start of a season, it's more fun to play with friends. And it's always
Thank you, Josh Mosquera.
Well, yeah.
we were all on the couch side by side and like laughing and stuff.
If only.
And sharing a pepperoni pizza.
Hot Pockets.
Do you have a double decker couch and like in the Lego Movie? Probably not.
No.
So yeah, I didn't get to play any this season because I have a full-time job and a part-time job and no one loves me. But hopefully, I was actually reading the patch notes today at work. I had some downtime when I'm studying for this big like wine certification, like wine knowledge certification exam thing called the WSET, and I'm trying to do level 3 on that. So it's like a really short grad school seminar, but it's like a good resume booster, and it costs like $1,500 for the class, and you get this big test, study book, and it's like 100 pages. So I'm figuring this book's like $15 a page. I should like really read this carefully.
Yeah.
Get like my money's worth. So.
Do you get to be a sommelier then?
No, it's a different thing. It's a sommelier is a quartermaster of sommelier. That one has a lot of. I'm sure this is really right on the Diablo 3 podcast topic. Sommelier has a lot of service stuff about how to like pour wine and serve wine, and it's all about lots and lots of food pairing stuff. And since I'm working in tasting rooms and looking in winemaking, I don't really care about food pairing as much and how to pour a bottle of wine properly and such. Obviously, I do a lot of that. But the WSET is the Wine and Spirits Educational Trust, is what it's called. And it has a lot more about viticulture and enology and winemaking and why you do different varietals in different parts of the world and how like Cabernet Sauvignon varies from like Bordeaux to the Barbarossa Valley in Australia, like the temperature and all, if it's the hotter climate, that kind of stuff.
Whoa,
interesting.
And there's like I have this like stack of flashcards, like 150 index cards now. It's like every different wine varietal, all the different regions, and you have to be able to say like Trockenbeerenstein and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty awesome.
And here I'm the guy that when they hand you the cork, you just go, yeah, smells great.
Yeah. Probably get like a red fruit or a black fruit or some citrus maybe, or could you get some kernel aromas on there? Some like coconut milk. Okay. Yeah, okay, next week's podcast about wine tasting. Okay, anyway. But yes, I haven't had any time to play, but I was reading the patch notes today and looking at, like, obviously the Demon Hunter changes because it's the only class that matters, right?
Right.
No.
Mugs? Like, yes, exactly.
Right.
So you noticing, Dirtbirds, Muggs is playing a Demon Hunter and he's 100 paragrams ahead of you. Are you thinking you're failure now?
Yeah, totally. That's what it is. Total failure.
It's all about the Demon Hunter, not the Wizard. It has nothing to do with
Look, I just didn't have the whole weekend off. I had to work Sunday. Whatever.
Anyway, so we'll get to the other patch changes and other classes and stuff. But the thing I noticed about the Demon Hunter this season is that the Hadrig's Gift gives you the Marauder set, which is just ridiculous. I mean, that's like the most powerful set in the game since the last patch.
No, it's not.
So well, it used to be, and it should be. And if you're not doing it right, then it's not right.
Right.
So it's just going to be like last season. It was the stupid Shadow set, which sucked, but it was like very exploitable just to charge around and look for elites and stuff. But also looking, and they finally made a bunch of buffs to Rapid Fire. I've always loved Rapid Fire, and it's never been worth using. It's just can't compete. You have to stand still to do it, basically.
Right.
But I'm like, maybe, like, just for fun, I could, like, play this and get the Wojnarowski's Assault, or whatever the hell it's called, that stacks up your Rapid Fire. And you get a free Marauder set, and, like, all your little Marauder sentries will be, like, blasting away with Rapid Fire, and you'll have massive Rapid Fire stacks. If you could actually use Rapid Fire successfully. And, of course, you couldn't. It would still suck, but I was vaguely tempted to try it just for that, and maybe later this season if I have some more time. So what did you do first up, Muggs? I mean, you haven't played a Demon Hunter before. Are you just playing in a party and you're just getting carried, or
no?
Like,
I'm actually the one carrying the group.
Yeah, that's how my group went too.
I mean, we got you got M6 early, and then that was all right. You were kind of clunky and just kind of throwing your sentries down and having a good time. But the second, because they J. Wilsoned the Unhallowed Essence set, so they doubled it. So
per point of per point of discipline.
So basically, I got the worst Yang's recurve on the planet, and I finished my UE set, and I went from all of us kind of doing T6, T7, to me carrying the group through T8. And then I got a good Yang's recurve with a gift, and then I was carrying my whole team all the way to like G50, like really easily. Yeah.
That's we'll get to my story, but yeah, Demon Hunter and my group, pretty similar. Pretty similar.
Yeah, UE is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I've already done... I was just having such a good time, and I was progressing so well that I've already done a G75 to try to get myself on the Divinity list. So I got myself on the Divinity list, and I was in the top 20 for Demon Hunters. So that was good.
For like 5 minutes.
No, I'm still in there. I think I was like 23 the last I checked. So I'm like right there.
So by the time the podcast ends, you'll be like 57, but you can jump back up a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know if
I've always really disliked UE. I just like the play style of it, so that makes me unhappy.
Oh, UE is ridiculous. I actually like UE.
UE is really nice.
UE is stand in the corner and alternate left and right clicks. Okay, actually, that's not the case anymore, because now you can, well, I guess it is. You can use focus and restraint. It used to be you had to use it with Taegooks, too, so you'd have to just alternate left and right clicks. So there was just no strategy. There's no skill to it. I made me unhappy.
Well, I like it because it's all about
play
positioning.
The skill isn't in the damage. The skill is
positioning
in
is standing at the edge of the screen.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know. But
it's the same as a bow is on.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese.
You had to position your Valkyrie, and you had to use slow missiles, and you didn't have any vault either. Anyway, flashbacks. So what was your wizard path there, Nerdwords? Are you doing the same build as ever, or have you trained something up this season?
Well, our gift was Delcers, actually, which was interesting because that was the meta set from last season, and it's still really, really powerful. So I planned on jumping into Delcers and just basically building Firebirds as soon as possible, and I pretty much did that, but I kind of had more second thoughts about it because we did our season's journey, we hit the Izion Torment 2 and the Greater Rift 20 solo as soon as possible to get our 6-piece. And it's actually funny, my third bag that got the pants and chests both rolled Ancient out of Hadric's Gift, which was awesome. And then my first big drop of the season, probably second or third Rift, was an Ancient Orb of Infinite Depth, which is key for Delcer set if you're running Explosive Blast. And then I got a really nice Ancient in Geom in the next couple hours. So I was running a speed Delcer's Arcane Orb build through T10 crazy fast, maybe within about an hour and a half of being 70, so about 6 hours into the season. And we were similar to him, but even as fast as I was going, the Demon Hunter, just with Marauders, not even UE yet, just using Marauders was easily carrying the load for most of it. And then when I finally was able to piece together Firebirds, now it's just insane. Firebirds is incredibly powerful this season, especially with the meta, the Archon meta with Firebirds right now, and it's a lot of fun to play. It's a lot. Once you piece it together and learn how to play it, it's a very, very fun build.
So last season was the first time we had Hadric's Gift. Before you had to kind of struggle a little bit to get into T2, and you could finally find good set items. Mm-hmm. Maybe not so much in softcore, but in hardcore it was a little bit more of a struggle to not die immediately once you got to Paragon 5.
Right.
And now it's just you're instantly in a 6-piece set, and of course that means you can instantly do T6 or above, which means you're finding tons of other sets. Are we happy with the speed? I mean, the power creep of it was fun last season, right? You're just so immediately into, as soon as you hit 70, you're Paragon 10. Of course, you start, that's not the case. The first rift you do after 70, you're Paragon 14, it's just crazy how fast you level at that point.
Yeah.
Right. But it's obviously much, much quicker to get your 6-piece set and start getting kind of into the real end game.
Oh, yeah.
So, are we happy about this? Do we feel like there should be a little more challenge or a little more struggle to get up there?
There is, if you're not us. We've done this 6 times now. It's not...
Everyone's done it 6 times now.
Well,
someone's done it 5 times.
Not everybody. And not everyone who's been playing even as long as we have, does it that fast either. I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't near where I'm at or where Muggs is at, and you're calling me a casual. So it's there's a lot of people...
I called you a filthy casual.
Yeah, the only people... There's only maybe... not even half my friends are above Paragon 200. And there's a handful of us, a lot of the podcasters and stuff that are, a higher level because we're playing like crazy people. But aside from that, I mean,
you said either.
Yeah. Well, except for
I'm a podcaster. I'm playing lots.
Yeah, there's so much.
Have you seen Wyatt Chang's grandma lately? How's she doing on the lift?
No, I've not.
How about Bashiok's
mom? She hasn't signed in for
there?
a while. She didn't like the new patch changes, so
that's too bad.
Yeah, it's not good. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm having a lot of fun with the season. I think it can lead to possibly early burnout, but I mean, I feel like that's on you. If you like playing the game, you like playing it, and I don't know. I don't mind it being this fast.
And plus, the one set's not really most of the time you're thinking about, I got to make this other set, or I'm working towards a Legacy of Nightmares build, which is, right. You just got to start collecting items anyway, and it 1 to 70 is not bad. And you're weak and you can't do anything, and you can't vault, and you can't. You can't move, you can't kill anything, it takes forever. Oh, you found a goblin pack. Oh, you're lucky if you kill 2 of them. And that's kind of annoying, So right. It's it doesn't bother me that you get these pieces, especially because a lot of them, you get the 6-piece set, but you don't get the legendaries that need to go along with it to make that set functional.
Right.
So
well, I mean, and I bet you're the same way. I guarantee you that all the stuff you're wearing right now, you won't be wearing at the end of the season. Every single piece, no matter how good it is, you're probably still going to find better.
Yeah, after 3 days, I hope so.
Well, I don't know. I got a Yang's recurve that I think is probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, there are exceptions to that rule. Obviously.
Well, you never played Demon Hunter before. It's the first one you've ever seen.
yeah.
Okay, the second
Well, no, I mean, even like compared to like everybody else linking their stuff. Oh, check this out. Check this. In the different channels and stuff. Like this thing is amazing. So.
Well, that's nice.
Your EP is swelling by the moment.
Yes,
Right, yeah.
I like it.
But no, I think. I think that it's. I think that's the thing too. Is like even with Hadwig's gift, like we know like what to do immediately right when you hit 70, and if you Google it, obviously it's really easy. But there are a lot of people that don't necessarily do that. So I don't think it's everybody. I think it's just those of us that are really into the end game grind. Just jump there as fast as possible.
And it's much faster than it used to be possible.
Well,
right?
yeah,
So.
and I love that. So gets me right back to where I was. Or close
Yeah, I mean
to.
the power creep is insane too this season. I'm way higher than I was last season this time, and I'm playing.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's the power creep comparing? So just even on top of Hadrig's gift. So why is it faster?
It's just because they Jay Wilsoned all the sets. They basically doubled all the damage or made them all. I mean this wasn't a major patch, so this was 2.4.1. So it was just a modification of 2.4, and all they did was buff everything.
They just brought everything
bigger
up
numbers,
to where it needed to be. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even say where it needed to be. They just kind of arbitrarily pick numbers. It seems like because there's still classes that are way strong, and there's still sets. They didn't even like level the sets up and say like, well, let's make M6 or Marauders as strong as
Okay, well let me rephrase then. The wizard sets are very very equal right now, and it's weird.
Oh, okay, yeah, but a lot of the other sets. But even then, the wizard sets of Firebirds is well beyond.
No, it's not actually. Veer's Archon is pushed just as far as Firebird's Archon has, actually.
Oh.
It depends on Paragon level and obviously, RNG and stuff. But, but every single set, Delsair's, Firebirds, Haurashas, and Veer's are all pushing 85 plus easy. So now mind you, they're not all going to clip, 105, 110, whatever it ends up being. But Firebird's Archon is going to edge that out just because of survivability and fun playstyle, I think, and just more people are playing it right now. But you definitely can still push up into the high 90s and 100s with Veer's Archon or with Delsair's Orb or even with Twister. Even though it got nerfed, it's still doing good damage.
All right.
Do you guys recall what the sets?
Yeah.
The other ones just seemed like they just got arbitrarily buffed. So.
Do you guys recall what the highest sets were like last season at this point? Is it like 10 GRs higher now?
Crusaders was Legacy of Nightmares.
But do you remember what the numbers were? Just comparing.
We're not near there.
Hundreds? Yet. Yeah, they were in the hundreds.
Well, at the end of the season, yeah. I'm just saying, how far above what you were last season after one day are you now?
Wow. Oh. I'm already. I did a G75 on 48 hours, and I finished last season with an 80 something, like an 82 or 83. So.
Yep.
And you have like one gem at level 25 or better probably at this point or something.
No, I got my 3 gems to 65.
Yeah, that's what I say. Me too.
Yeah. But
the beauty of empowered rifts, boom, boom.
Well, yeah. It's just like I said, the power creep is just obscene. It's just Unhallowed Essence, which I'm playing, went from 20% bonus damage per point of discipline to 40% bonus damage per point of discipline, and I've got 85 discipline. So it's like I just waltz through things. It just destroy things. So I'm like, I'm killing T10 faster. I'm doing 3-minute T10s. I'm doing 55, 60s by myself and sub 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So it's like that has moved way up compared to last season where I was like, I kind of felt like I was in the 40s and then I was like kind of chilling, maybe 30s and 40s. Okay. Maybe 50s. And now I'm like, easily just sitting in the 60s, solo, let alone if I get in a group. I think the highest I've pushed is, 75 solo and a 75 group, but it's much easier in a group.
In 2 days.
Yeah, in 2 days, which is really...
Remember when GR25 was high? Yeah. It was like, man, getting these gems to 25, that's a challenge, man.
Yeah. I was like, damn, 60%. No. Yeah, just to get the secondary. And once you get the secondary, it makes all the difference. Now you're like, I wish there was another level.
Yeah. Should secondaries be at 50 now? Is just 25 just ridiculous?
No, but there should be... I like the idea of a third level. That's interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind another level. Although they really did balance. They really did make the gems a lot better. I remember last night on the podcast.
There's more conversation on them, and I like that. Like, there's more like, what are you using? What are you trying out right now?
Well, the only one that really got tweaked and redesigned was Taegooks, and neither of you guys had that in your build. I guess the Demon Hunter would have had it in your build. Other ones got all buffs and stuff.
Well, they got buffed. Bane of the Powerful is now multiplicative. So almost all the damage gems are multiplicative versus being additive, which is a major boost in itself. Bane of the Powerful is now 15% bonus damage to elites and 15% damage mitigation from elites. So that one's actually like
they
Wilson
Pain Enhancer too.
Yeah, Pain Enhancers. I mean, all the gems have gone from additive damage bonuses to multiplicative. So they're all, so they all can kind of compete with Zeiss or Bane of the Trapped. And Taeguk, but Taeguk is just for channeling skills now, so nobody's even looking at it.
Unless you're channeling, which is like nobody.
Right.
Channeling Firebird still exists, but not to there's not really a big push for it, I don't think.
That'd be the best. That'd be the best build in like a month.
Bane of the Powerful. Bane of the Trapped and Bane of the Powerful.
Yeah, it'd still probably be better. I don't know. I haven't looked it up, honestly.
Oh.
Well, the season's only 2 days old. Let's not assume we have every best build
build.
yet,
I mean, as far as the wizard meta goes, I know the Archon wizards are running. There's a variation. There's Bane of the Trapped is, of course, always necessary. Then some are running Pain Enhancer, some are running Gogok, one of the two, and then the other ones are either running Stricken or Bane of the Powerful. So it's gone from being 3 gems to being 6 gems, and probably some more in there eventually too.
But Flux, back to what you said, the meta is already decided because they do these mini PTR seasons, and there's no discovery in a season. By the time the season rolls around, you already know what everybody's because of the 3, 4, 5 week PTR season. So there is nothing.
Weren't there clever Korean guys finding new builds last season though, halfway through?
No, that was the season.
Recall some monk
it
build
happens
got
for wizards, but I mean I don't know. I can't speak to everything. Wizards we see a lot of changes in a season. Firebird's Archon is legit right now, and last season Delsair's Orb build was great, but Twisters dominated.
Yeah, but they nerfed Twisters intentionally.
Well, yeah, but that's
and on PTR, I think there was a Talrasha Twister that was actually doing pretty.
Mm-hmm. And then there was channeling Talrasha Twister, there was channeling Firebird. There are so many damn variations on wizard builds right now, and that's cool though. I think that's awesome.
So one of the other things that was a big deal last season was the seasonal journey, and of course, we joked many podcasts in a row about how everybody would just we'd get that by getting Avarice and Avirita. You just play hardcore or softcore just to get both 50 million gold pickups. And Blizzard obviously noticed that because they took it out this time.
Yeah.
So is there dread long term about be able to get? Do you still need 3 conquests to finish the whole seasonal journey? Is that one on the last page?
Now the dread is master a set dungeon. That's the most annoying thing on there. So
we're getting to set dungeons in a minute.
Dungeon?
Yeah, you have to master a set dungeon this season. That's the most annoying thing. Yeah, well, I mean, I've already done 2 of them, which was 3 gems to 65 and do a 75 solo. So that's 2 down. I just have to master a set dungeon and then do 1 more. I think a sub 2 minute.
Wow, that'll be so easy.
T10. Yeah, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's nothing. Okay, I can take that.
Well, last season you had to do 8 set dungeons.
I know. That's why I didn't do it.
People were doing anything instead of that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it.
Well, it's because set dungeons were still new, and they're like, "Hey, check these out. Aren't these cool? Now do them all." So.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool, but why do I got to do them all?
Yeah.
What's the most set dungeons either of you guys did last season? I know the answer is 4 from Universe.
Yeah, I was going to say I did 4.
Mastered, I did. I think I mastered some 6 of them, and I did about 7 or 8 of them.
2 whole characters, huh?
Yeah. Well, not.
I'm still amazed that one guy did the podcast auditions with did all 24 and got the super green wings. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I would like to. I'm not that committed, to be honest with you. Set dungeons aren't a fun challenge. They're not even like a Dark Souls type of challenge where you're like, oh, I'll get it next time. They're like this.
They're just frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like
they're really frustrating.
We're going to put these tiny little mobs that kind of blend in with the background, and you're going to miss one on the complete opposite side of the map 7 times in a row, and that's going to be fun. Yeah, so.
Set dungeons are so bad that we're still complaining about set dungeons, and we only have to master 1 now.
Yeah.
And of course they did a bunch of changes. I mean, a lot of the most annoying things, like your whole, the whole slow time dungeon you went crazy about last season.
Totally fixed. Yeah.
And they made it so it doesn't rip you off if you just get 19 one time instead of 20.
Dude, I cha-chinged so hard when I read that. I was like, yes.
Well, that's how it was on the they just reverted the PTR. That was how it was original.
And I was going to say that too. It's the same thing. Actually, they've done this with a lot of changes. The same thing with Firebirds. When they first post the PTR and they post like a ridiculous number so everyone will go in and try it and stuff. That's what they did with Firebirds. And now Firebirds on live is back to that original ridiculous number that they posted at 2,000% weapon damage. So it's like they could have just left it. But I mean, I guess hindsight and what have you.
Hindsight is 20/110 in Diablo 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite work out. So how about set dungeons? I mean, are you guys eager to try out some of the new changes, or you will never ever do one again unless you have to for a challenge?
I'm going to do all 4 for the Wizard, probably because I get really bored late in the season. I'm going to do 1 here in the next week to get my conquest, apparently, and then that's it.
Yeah, once I'm going to master all the DH ones just so I can eventually get the green wings. And then that's it. I have zero intention. If I finish the set dungeon, I will never go back. I promise you.
Is it the same green wings as last season?
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, it's the same wings. Yeah.
So what if you got it last season?
You can already use it. No, you can already use it.
You already get them.
Yeah.
You don't get like green and purple wings or anything.
No, but there's all kinds of new wings in the game now.
There are.
Oh god, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Fucking cosmetic buffs, Sparrow Wings and Butterfly. God damn it, Cain died for your sins.
Cain did die for your sins, people.
Cain died for everyone's sins.
Blasphemers, bunch of heathens.
So what do you guys have your long-term seasonal plans? Are you going for Paragon 1000 and GR 150 solo, or what? Do you have long-term plans? You're just playing and having fun?
I'm gonna play it by ear. I don't have a lot of games coming up that I'm like super hyped on playing extensively, so I might dive pretty hard into the season. I hit 800 last season, which was like a stretch for me. I normally don't go that far. So I would like to say 1,000, but 800 hopefully at least.
Last season, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind a P1000 again. That was kind of neat. I hit that for the first time last season.
Yeah, you went crazy last season.
Yeah. It's really going to depend on how much I like the Z Demon Hunter. If I wind up enjoying the ZDH and it's, something that's in the group meta and I can play, then I'll wind up getting Paragon through the, out the ass because it's just so easy to do. If I don't wind up liking it in a solo, it'll probably be around 800-900 that I'll probably die off. And I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind finishing the season on the leaderboards. That's just about a goal, so maybe 85s, 90s. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much I like the lawn build too.
Yeah.
And do you guys expect there to be any lasting changes from all the ban waves last season? Are people going to be less likely to cheat this time?
There are certain people who were banned who have publicly quit. So I'm excited. I mean,
did they quit or rage quit?
I mean, they rage quit.
Seems more like a rage
excellent.
quit.
Yeah.
So. I mean, whether it lasts or not, I don't know. But that's
a big topic. Yeah, that's a big topic. Most people are talking about. They're all happy about the no botters. I mean, they not only got rid of the botters, they banned people that were just using Turbo HUD, which is a huge. Most people are like, oh, that's not really cheating or whatever. But it's like it's map hack.
So apparently, it was.
Wherever you sit with Turbo HUD, I don't care. I'm just glad that Blizzard made a decision. That's good. They did.
Well, no, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it makes a lot of people feel good. And you know what? If you go on the streams, the same people that were banned and that did come back are in the same exact spot where they were before. They're still way ahead of everybody else because they play a lot more. But it gives you that sense of ease, like, okay, well, at least you accomplish this by sitting in front of the screen and having no life versus sitting in front of, sitting on the couch and having no life.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I don't like those are the only options.
But it's just one or the other.
But you only get one or the other. It's like so.
You got no life. Only thing that matters is where you're sitting in the process. Right?
Yeah.
Either way.
But yeah, I think.
What if you have one of those stand-up desks at home? Can you stand and have no life?
Yeah, you can stand.
I suppose you could.
You can walk the dog and have no life.
But then you're leaving the house, though. Does leaving the house mean you have a life or not?
No, definitely not.
It depends on how depends on the trip when you leave the house.
That's what the dog said. Yeah. So you actually think that there was because we were debating this last season, and people were like, the bans don't matter. People just got right back in and immediately botted their way back up. But then there was 5 more ban waves. So you really think it'll be a deterrent?
I mean, I think so, absolutely. 100.
I mean, the leaderboards alone got some 500 people wiped from them, and that's just the people on the leaderboards. How many people botted or slightly botted or used Turbo HUD and never actually got on the leaderboards or whatever, or burnt out before they actually could get on the leaderboards, or so I'm sure it was a big thing, and it was very public. It was all over all the forums. It was all over Reddit. It was, a lot of the big streamers are gone and they're talking about it. So I think a lot of people went to botting because they saw these people botting for so long on streamers that were known botters that never got caught. And they're like, well, fuck, if they're going to do it, I'll do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that they're gone, I definitely think it makes me happy. It makes you feel like, what's up there is a little more legit.
There's still going to be people that kick my ass at Paragon and are able to play a lot more than I am. But it's definitely less debilitating.
Some of those people are on the podcast tonight, apparently.
Yeah, fuck you, Mugs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, you're ahead of me at least in our words, so be happy there.
You filthy casual.
You're a couple of Paragon levels ahead of me. I think I'm like 390 or something like that. Okay, so the thing I was trying to avoid talking about, but you mentioned earlier, and we have to go there.
Yes.
Fucking cosmetics.
Yes.
So there's like Sparrow Wings and Butterfly Wings.
I'm so excited. I don't care if you don't like them. I'm excited.
So have you been finding new stuff? Are you using transmogs? What's the difference this year?
I actually didn't even know how to get it until a little while ago, and now I'm actually trying to farm for it.
Which one?
Just any. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs. I honestly completely like glazed over that and didn't realize what was going on. I know there's a goblin that drops pets, and I want pets. Those pets
I got
so
a really
badass.
cool pet. Yeah,
Man,
I got a really cool pet from
there
from
are
the
some
pet
really
goblin.
fucking cool pets, and I need them. Those are cool. I'm doing bounties right now because I want to find them. Because apparently, like they don't show up in Rifts, right? It's just open world.
Yes, it's just open
that right?
world. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you'll just find them in open world. So,
That's what I'm doing.
I mean, I got the Falcon Wings, and those look really cool on the Demon Hunter.
Now where did you get the wings?
They dropped in Act 4, Gardens of Hope, Level 1, from a thing called a Mysterious Chest.
Interesting.
So I got the wings, and then I got the Tychus Starcraft helm, which
I got that.
Drop. Yeah, and then I got the Starcraft shoulders, and then I got a bunch of other transmogs for like items that I don't use on the Demon Hunter because apparently there's 5 versions of bows, and that's what everything's always going to look like. So, so that's it. But I got a bunch of other just random transmogs, and then I got a pet. I'm trying to think what else I got.
What pet did you get?
I got Malfeasance.
Which one's that? I'm sorry.
He's like a little like creepy looking ghost, like from Act 5 looking dude.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I want
I want the Yeti.
So bad.
No, I want the Yeti or the there's a Yeti and then there's like a mini Gom looking dude and it's
the Gom one's cool. These are I know that you hate every second of this right now, Flux, but they're cool and you need to shut up.
Yeah, the pets
I'm just looking at porn while you guys talk. Right now.
Well, I mean, and then the pets pick up your gold too. So
they're useful. They do something kind of. I like.
Yeah, that was like the biggest QOL last season. That somehow your pet was suddenly picking up gold. It was like you used to have to be a Marauder's Demon Hunter or something to get gold pickup.
Yeah,
right.
Now everybody can do it.
Yeah, now everybody does it, and it's convenient. Well, I mean, it's just a rehash from vanilla beta, when you had scrolls that dropped pets that gave you gold. Now you have permanent.
They were really slow though. They were so inefficient.
Well, that's when gold, when pickup radius was the thing too. Remember, you wanted so much pickup radius to pick up gold and make it convenient, but not too much that you would like pick up all the health globes and
on accident.
When they dropped. Yeah.
It's like you want 5 to 8 yards of pickup radius. You don't want any more or any less than that.
You got to watch it on your pickup.
Yeah, unless you're a witch doctor, in which case you wanted all the pickup radius.
Yeah, all the pickup radius. But I mean, I like it. I like that there's some that you have to farm for, like the butterfly wings, like. You have to actually look for them, so if you want them, you have to go get them.
Oh, well, I'm sure there are people.
But
that's what I was going to. I was just looking at some threads on Battle.net and stuff, and people were saying, "Where do you find these? All these guides, how to." Some of them are like really, they're hard to farm. You got to go to some weird place and hope some chest spawns. It's like the old days of remember the old legendary materials, right?
I think that the reason I like it is it reminds me of like Diablo 2 target farming bosses. Even though it's not target farming bosses, it's just target farming certain things. But I'm doing something else right now. And I think that's cool. I'm excited about it.
I did. It's funny that you said that because it was before the season started, and I was just, because the season doesn't start till 8 o'clock at night here, so I'm sitting at home at 6, and I'm waiting for the season to start. So
research.
Yeah, no, and I'm like, well, let me just go farm the Falcon Wings, and then I made the comment. I go, I feel like I'm doing Pindle runs. It's like just doing the same thing over and over.
And it's kind of nice though because you don't do it for everything that you do in the game, but for that one thing, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it was just, and then once you get it, you're like, okay, I feel okay now.
Yeah, and you can move on with.
But I wouldn't be able to farm some of the other ones, like the rainbow pennant or like the rainbow portrait.
How do you get that one?
That you have to go into Whimsyshire, and then Evil Oliver has a chance to drop it. And he has like a .0001. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like people said they were farming it for 18 hours. They were farming Whimsyshire. I'm like, no.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Can you get it in Whimsydale, or it's only Whimsyshire?
No, you can get it in Whimsydale, too. Whimsydale will drop.
See, that one you get by accident once in a while.
With the butterfly wings, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. And neither of those. I mean, there was people actually purposely farming those. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Are there any of them that you farm in the cow level?
Yes, because there's a cow pet. There's a cow pet. There's a bovine
and I can't get the bovine bardiche either. And nobody I'm playing with gets the bovine bardiche because
that's the problem when you're Demon Hunter. You never get one.
And wizards don't get it either.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, there should totally be one on the cow level. It should obviously be a Red Bull because Red Bull gives you wings.
I've seen the cow pet. I didn't know that's where it came from.
I don't know if that's where it comes from. I just know.
But there is a cow king. There's like a little cow king pet.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Yeah. It makes my heart happy. That's the other one. I need that one, and I need the unicorn like bad.
There's a really creepy little goat one, or a little sheep one, like it's a scary face sheep one.
There's a few that are really creepy looking. They look pretty scary. There's one like no-faced monster thing. There's like this floating skull that looks pretty badass. There's some cool ones.
And I asked this in the past, and you guys just laughed hysterically, but remember when you had to like buy like collector's editions of other Blizzard games to get special wings and stuff?
Yes.
And now you just find them for free. So doesn't this seem like doesn't this seem like it devalues? You spent $60 to get Overwatch collector's edition just to get these fucking wings.
No, because I
no, I want them all. I don't care.
I can get my ghost die, my ghost and cloud die from my collector's edition. You know that will be with me forever. I
totally forgot that existed. You actually transmog gear to different colors?
Yeah, I mean the ROS one at least gives you transmogs. So not for a bow because apparently nobody uses bows, but
nobody at all.
Yeah, nobody ever. So
not one person. They even gave Demon Hunters the ability to use knives just in case you were having second thoughts.
Yeah. So I mean I still like the Tyrael wings. I like them because I do
too.
Questions about them like where did those come from? Now that everyone's like all in the wings and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, I like just making transmog sets. So like if it's more of a white base set, I'll use Tyrael's wings. If it's yellow, I'll use Imperious's wings. And then I like having options for these things.
This is why you're both not in my party.
Right. Well, right now I am a bright pink female wizard running around, and I want a goddamn unicorn pet and a rainbow portrait frame because it'll be so funny. I'm excited.
Apparently you've got to farm them, so good luck with that.
Oh well, I'm apparently going to.
Why aren't you a bright pink? If you're going to play bright pink, you should be a male wizard, frankly.
I actually wished that I had rolled a male wizard once I realized all these cosmetics were in the game, because then I could look really stupid, and that'd be awesome.
Well, when you die, you can start a new character. Oh, wait, never mind.
Well, you need to roll a second wizard anyway.
I already have a second wizard. I'll just roll a third, I guess, or just delete that second one. It literally took 3 rifts.
Yes, yeah, it did. I think I didn't read it in the patch notes. And I got to say, like, this is one of the first seasons where, like, normally by the time the season starts, I'm, like, chomping at the bit. Like, I've read everything. I'm, like, watched streams. I've done everything. Like, this season,
it's been a little more casual. It's been a little more just jump, see what happens.
Yeah, and I'm, like, so I haven't even read all the patch notes. So I'm, like, sitting here, I'm, like...
You're, like, finding stuff out as you play. It's like, oh, it's something new.
Yeah, well, it's kind of fun.
Completely. I was literally in a channel, I was like looking at the leaderboards and gasped out loud because the number 1 wizard was in a white transmog with a fucking unicorn pet. And I was like, are you serious right now? I have to have this. And then
at least we don't have to pay for them. I mean, basically it was just everything from China they just kind of gave to us.
Yeah, we can find it.
Yeah.
Remember when Diablo 3 was first announced and there was like this massive outrage that there was like colors in the game and rainbows?
Yes.
Well, those people were...
And now you're like pissed off that you don't have the glowing pink unicorn.
Well, I wasn't one of those basement nerds that was screaming about it. Like, it's just colors.
I don't know if there was a massive outrage as much as like...
I never understood the colors.
Got a little crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care. I mean, so what? You showed a thing where you went over the bridge, and you still go over that bridge. Every time I go over that bridge, that's all I think of, into the Southern Highlands.
But there were still. I mean, there was a solid year. Of course, it was because it's pre-game. We had nothing else to do at that time.
Yeah.
But there was, and people were still hoping the Necromancer would come back. So we still had like the Hot Topic crowd that was still pissed about stuff. But I mean, this was a legitimate argument for a long time. The game was too colorful, and there were rainbows, and it wasn't like serious and gritty and dark, and like it wasn't gothic enough. And now it's like there's like glowing orange Sparrow Wings and unicorn pets, and it's like. Do people have a better sense of humor about the game now? Or do people who are like hardcore serious, or they're all playing like Grim Dawn or something?
Well, I think that it's just not that bad. Like I don't understand. Like it does have grim and dark and stuff in it, but so Diablo 2 also had colors in it too. It wasn't all just like black and white. Like I mean, come on. Like
and I think people really like the being able to make yourself look somewhat unique, and having something that's like. Set yourself aside, because otherwise,
it's something else to do, man. Like,
I look like every wizard's going to look exactly the same in every,
just like they did in D2.
Yeah, and that gets kind of boring.
Yep.
And you only wear black and really, really dark gray, right?
Yes. I channel my inner goth princess daily.
Except for the pink part, and the pink and the glow.
Yeah,
spark.
exactly.
Is there any costume so we used to always make fun of... Remember, the other thing with this, we used to always make fun of World of Warcraft because they had these ridiculous, like, stupid giant shoulder pads and, like, cartoonish graphics.
Right.
And now we have become them. We have become what we despise.
I don't know about that.
Since the man hunting for a rainbow unicorn pet.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I mean,
right?
the shoulders aren't WoW shoulders, thankfully. Where they're bigger than your head. Well, I guess some of them are, but most of them
honestly, the whole cosmetic thing that's going on right now, like the goblins and all the fine, it's kind of a WoW thing, as much as it's a Diablo thing. But I still think it's amazing. Like, it's something else to do. And if you don't like it, that's cool. You don't have to do it. It's whatever. YOLO. Like, it doesn't matter. So I think that's why it's good. Unlike set dungeons, you don't have to do it. It's not required, but it's a cool little thing for those of us that do want to do something else.
And I still have friends that don't like it, and they go, the first thing they do is go to the vendor and they buy Vanishing Die, and they make all their gear disappear, and that's how they play the game.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they've done since vanilla. So, and that's what he does every single time. It's like, you can always tell when he's in the game. You're like, oh, check it out, it's Corngills.
Cornholio? What?
Yeah, Cornkills.
Cornkills. So, any other thoughts, guys? You planning on sticking with the same build the whole season? Are you still experimenting? Have you found what you want to do for the next 2.5 months already?
It depends on my playtime. I'm definitely I've already built the meta. I have only a couple ancients, though, so obviously I've got a long way to go. And I'm going to replace pretty much even my ancient pieces that I have, I'm sure. But like, I really want to jump in and, like, there's so many, like, competitive builds right now for the Wizard. I mean, obviously there's always the one or two that are going to push higher than everything else, but I really want to take a build that I just enjoy that isn't necessarily one of the top ones and see how high I can push it. See if I can't get on the leaderboards by the end of the season and with something that's, a little bit out of the norm at least.
What's your thoughts, nerd other person?
Nerd words, other person. I mean, right now I'm enjoying UE. I don't plan on finishing the season with UE. I'm hoping to give the lawn, it gives me something to work towards. Where you have to get all the ancients. And I'm going to see if I like it. Right now, I mean, I've got to enchant all my gear. So I still got a lot of stuff to, like, kind of keep me pushing. Unfortunately, a lot of it is not as meaningful. Like, once you get all the major upgrades and everything, it's just kind of this linear progress path, where you just kind of get a little bit stronger as you do this and a little bit stronger as you do that. But I don't know. And then just go from there.
Well, you're already tier 75 in 2 days, so,
Yeah.
You're obviously taking a few jumps in your progress thus far.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself pushing. I don't see myself pushing into the hundreds. I don't know if I have that type of commitment. By the end of the season, the way these guys are going now, I mean, we joke because I'm 600, but there's 800-900s out there already, and they're going to continue that way for the next 2.5 months. So they'll be probably near 2,000, by the time I'm, like, rounding 1,000. So
being real,
it's not higher.
If I were younger and less employed, I would be there too. But unfortunately, I'm cursed with employment. And age.
Well, you can always be less employed. You can't be younger.
I can, that's true. But I really like living in a place.
Well, and I think the younger is really what makes a difference. Because even, like, the first night, I'm like, last night, and I got off Diablo 3 at like 8 o'clock. I'm like, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. I'm like,
was that AM or PM?
PM. I'm like, I went and watched some TV on the couch for a couple hours, and I went to bed. I was just like, I can't stay up all night and play this game nonstop.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
P600, man.
Took a nap, but I pulled an all-nighter, so.
See, I can't pull an all-nighter. There's no way. I think I stayed up till 2 on the first night. My time.
Yeah, I remember you went to bed early, and yet you're still kicking my ass.
Hey, this isn't going well for you, nerd.
I know. I don't he's just...
The more context you provide, the worse it gets.
You've got 3 friends on at least every time you hop in, don't you?
No, I mean, most of the time. Well, I do, but it's usually me carrying them.
Right, lately, but you have 3. Like, I'm jumping in with public people most of the time, and also I worked all day today, which is mostly it. I was on par with you when I went into work this morning, you butt munch.
No. I don't. It really depends. I don't play pubs. I really don't. I'd either play with people I know on some kind of, Ventrilo or Discord or whatever, or play by myself.
See, I don't play if I'm by myself. I'll play in public games, and that's maybe what I need to stop doing because maybe that's slowing me down.
You're tired of carrying strangers?
Well, you also have the like waiting in between rifts. I mean, there's a lot of little things that public people that you suffer through when that you don't with your friends because they understand your pace and how fast you're trying to push and what you're trying to do. Whereas public people, people kind of want to mess around in town for a minute and like don't start the rift just yet and whatever else. So you try to be courteous to people, but I don't know. It's probably just a moderate difference, and I just suck and need to L2P.
I'll grab you next time, Nerd.
I was about to say I'm totally calling dibs on your support Demon Hunter later in the season, sir, or now, whatever. Either way,
I need to make it. It's in the process.
You just send me that tail, son.
Support Demon Hunter. That's so wrong.
I think it sounds cool.
Well, I mean,
three words that should never be said together.
I'm not happy that they did not change the 3 ZDPS meta, though. I can tell you that much. I still think that's really boring.
Yeah.
Even though they nerfed the health globe thing?
Well, they just moved it. I mean, they nerfed the health globe thing, and they just moved it to something where you didn't need health globes anymore. So that's all it was. So
inadequate.
Yeah, the meta. Actually, we should look. I want to look.
You want to look?
I want to look.
Live podcast. That's the best part of podcasting.
Yeah,
is that we can looking up shit on YouTube.
There we go. Here it comes.
Describing like wine tests. That's the other best part about podcasts.
Number 1 in the world is Wizard, Firebirds, Archon Wizard with support Barb, support Monk, support Witch Doctor.
So it's exactly like season 5.
And they've already cleared a 97 in 12.
Except the Wizard's not playing with Del Sears.
Yeah, they're playing with Firebird. Firebird set, Archon skill. Not even using the Archon.
Yeah, last season it was like a month and a half before anyone got to 100. They're at 97 already in 2 days.
Yep.
So there's your power creep.
Yep. 50 hours in, already almost at 100.
Well, they nerfed damage to what was it, 70 and above?
Yeah, that's
true.
The damage you take in GRs.
Yeah, so I mean that's a huge thing.
That. I need to get. See, I haven't even pushed at all. We just our like grinding group. We were grinding, and then when everyone signed off, I was like, I'll do a solo greater rift before I go to bed for work tomorrow. And when I did, I just did a 65 just to try it, and I cleared it in 3.5 minutes with Firebird Archon. And I was like, okay, so this is awesome. I'm going to sleep now.
You should try to do a 75 so you get your name immortalized on the Divinity.
I should do that. Of course, it's softcore. It's probably already gone. That was 8 hours ago. I have to look.
When I did mine, I was only number 160 something, or 116 or something.
Well, maybe I'll have a chance then.
Okay, obviously we did in the podcast. You can go get a divinity. So, you guys are happy with the season so far? I mean, the changes.
Oh yeah.
Obviously you've been playing a ton.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too easy. It's not too boring and easy and simple now.
It's not too boring. The game is easy, but only because I think I've played it so much that I know exactly what I want to do and what I'm going to do. But I don't find that boring. I find that fun.
T10 is the new T6. I'm sure people are going to be asking for T20 in the next couple patches. But I mean, I still like the challenge that Greater Rifts give you. So it's like when you want to be challenged, you can kind of push, and see how far you can go.
It feels like the 6th or 7th ladder reset in Diablo 2. I don't feel like it's much different than that at all. You know what you're doing. There's not a whole lot different about the game. Just getting in, grinding it up, and trying to compete on the leaderboard.
Well, it is the 6th ladder reset in Diablo 3, or the 5th anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, well, hopefully maybe next week we can get another podcast in and see how things are going for the past week. People have actually made some progress, and if it's changing, or if you're all sick of the game and burned out already or not. You guys are going to keep pushing, and you can leech off each other with any luck.
Oh yeah, I will definitely be leeching off mugs at some point in the season.
And at some point we'll do the ZDPS Demon Hunter podcast, and I'll just sort of be silently sobbing the entire time in the background. That should be good.
The ZDPS meaning that you're just standing there watching everybody else DPS, and you're not even doing support.
You have to like click a button once in a while to refresh the buffs, though. So that's a really demanding playstyle.
It's just a buff to sarcasm.
It's almost as demanding as the UE set. So it'll give you a sense of how easy that is. Mug's like, I like the UE set.
Yeah, I do like the UE set. I'm like, what? I like it. It's fun.
I've just like it was into the game, and it's just still there. And it's
well, you know what it is? I've played Melee Crusader, Melee Wizard, Melee Monk, Melee Barb, so it's like everything I played. This is like the first set that like I don't stand in the middle. Like I was even getting yelled at by my friend. He's like, "You need to go over there."
Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
They buff Days also, so there you go.
Well, that's why he kept yelling at me because he's a Demon Hunter player and he's playing a monk this season. And he goes, "You need to stop." He goes, "You need to go." He kept yelling at me. He's like, "Go stand your ass over there." I'm like, because I'm always right in the middle of shit. So it's kind of
That's
fun.
the place to be. Yeah, there's like the whole like the fan shape of the multi-shot, and it's like I'm like making like hand gestures toward the monitor now.
Yeah.
like you're in the corner, like everything gets hit by the same shot. It's like magic and stuff. Magic. Okay. Thanks for your time, guys. You've been listening to the Diablo 3 podcast, and these guys are playing a lot, and I'm not, but maybe that will change in the future. And hopefully you'll find the secret Red Bull level, and that will give you some wings, and with wings you can say moo.
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 Moo. Moo. Moo. Moo. Moo.